Good morning, dear students. Today we will continue our chapter 4. We have discussed some classifications of sorting of materials, and from today onwards we will start the solubility, filtration, conductivity. Rest of the classifications, those are pending. So solubility, the ability of a substance to dissolve in a liquid is called its solubility. Got it? The ability of a substance to dissolve in a liquid is called its solubility. Based on the solubility, substance can be classified as soluble, insoluble, miscible, immiscible. Okay? You can see in the pic also, sugar plus water gives sugar solution, that is soluble. Okay, so it will be a soluble substance, sugar, and sand plus water will give mixture of sand and water. That means sand is not completely soluble in the water, so it is insoluble substance. Substance that dissolve in a given liquid are called soluble in that liquid. For example, salt and sugar dissolve in water and they are said to be soluble in water. Okay, insoluble substances that do not dissolve in a given liquid are called insoluble in that liquid. For example, sand and chalk powder do not dissolve in water and are said to be insoluble in water. Got it? Insoluble in water. Liquids that dissolve in a given liquid are called miscible. Liquid that dissolves in a given liquid, liquid with liquid, got it, are called miscible liquids. For example, alcohol, lemon juice, glycerin, and honey are miscible in with water. And other types of liquids that do not dissolve with given liquid are called immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids forms two separate layers. Got it? Two different layers will be formed over there. For example, petrol, diesel, kerosene, vegetable oil are immiscible in water. They will not dissolve with water, but they will form another layer on the surface of the water. That's why they are called immiscible. Okay, you can see water plus oil immiscible. If you will add water and milk, water plus milk, then it will be a miscible solution. Some gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide also dissolve in water. Gases such as helium and hydrogen that do not dissolve in water, okay, they will be immiscible. Okay, so you can do this activity at your home to check the solubility of the substance. In this, sugar soluble, sand insoluble will be there, milk soluble, oil insoluble. Got it? Now, flotation. The property of a material to float on the surface of water is called flotation. Got it? You can see a feather floats on the water, but a stone sinks in the water. Got it? Flotation. We can also classify or sort materials on the basis whether they will float or sink. Okay, the certain materials that float on the water while other sinks. Materials may float or sink depend upon their density. Density is defined as, you can write down its formula also. Density is denoted by rho is equal to mass upon volume. Okay, mass upon volume, its unit will be kilogram per meter cube. Okay, materials such as wood, leaf and feather are less dense than water and thus they floats. Okay, materials such as stone, iron, aluminium are denser than water and thus they will sink. Got it? Dense means particles are very close to each other. that will find out its density, and if more will be the gap between the particles, then we can easily float on the surface of the water. Okay, you can see some examples are shown over there. Eraser, whether it will float or sink. Stapler pin, safety pin, pencil saving. Okay, pencil, plastic scale, leaf, table tennis ball. Some examples are given there. On the basis of these examples, you can find out whether they will float or sink in the liquid. Okay. In the above activity, you will notice that the materials that are denser than the water will sink in the water, whereas the materials that are less dense than water, they will float. Okay. Some liquids such as vegetable oils and kerosene float on the water surface because these liquids are less dense than water. Got it? Their density is less in comparison to water. That's why they float on the surface of the water. Next is magnetic property. Whether the substance is being attracted by a magnetic substance or not. Magnet is a substance that attracts pieces of iron and substances made up of iron based on the attraction towards a magnet. The materials can be classified as magnetic and non-magnetic. Okay, whether they will attract or not. If they attract, they will be a magnetic substance. Don't attract, non-magnetic substance. Okay, magnetic material. Examples are iron, nickel and cobalt are few examples of magnetic materials. Magnet that do not attracted towards are called non-magnetic. Rubber, plastic and wood are few examples of these. Okay, very easy to understand. Take a magnet. If the object got attracted towards that, then it is a magnetic material. If it don't get attracted towards that, then it is a non-magnetic material. Okay, so again do the same activity with the magnet. Stapler pin definitely got attracted. Safety pin again got attracted. Needle, it will again got attracted. Iron nail got attracted. Plastic knot, steel knot, copper coin knot, aluminum foil not attracted. And we have to tell in the last column whether the substance is magnetic or not magnetic. If it got attracted, it is magnetic, otherwise it is non-magnetic. Next is the conductivity. Okay, conductivity. Different materials behave differently with heat and electricity. Some materials allow heat and electricity to pass through them while some do not. कुछ मटेरियल ऐसे होंगे जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को अपने अंदर से पास करा देंगे, कुछ नहीं कराएंगे. जो पास कराएंगे उनको हम कंडक्टर बोलेंगे. जो हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को पास करेंगे उनको हम कंडक्टर कहेंगे. और जो हीट और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को अलाउ नहीं करेंगे या हम कहें कि ये ब्लॉक कर देंगे, उनको हम इंसुलेटर्स कहेंगे. ओके, the property of material to allow heat and electricity to pass through is called its conductivity. Got it? The substance is conductor and the property is known as conductivity. Okay, let's move further. You will see conductors are grouped into two categories: conductors of heat and conductors of electricity. Very interesting thing to understand. Conductors of heat, you can see some utensils are shown over there. They are conductors of heat. Okay, materials that allow heat to pass through them are called conductors of heat. Good conductor of heat they are, and those do not allow, they are non-conductors or insulators of heat, such as you can see the handles of the fry pans, wood, Glass, air and paper are known conductors of heat and they are insulators of heat. Got it? The fry pan is conductor of heat, but the handles they are made up of plastics and they are not conductors of heat or they are insulators of heat. Okay. Conductors of electricity, materials that allow the passage of electricity through them are called conductors of electricity. Metals are good conductors of electricity. Okay. Materials that do not allow the electric current to pass through them are insulators, and non-metals such as plastic and rubber are insulators of heat. Metals, you can see the conductors of it. Copper wire, aluminium is also good conductor. Okay. Now the next criteria of classification is transparency. Got it? Whether the object is transparent means if you can see around it, through it, then it is transparent material, and if it is partially visible, translucent material, and if you are not able to see around it, across it, not around it, across it, then it is opaque materials. Got it? You can see in the very first pic, the materials that allow the light to pass through them completely are called transparent material. Clear glass, air and water are few transparent materials. Materials that allow light to pass through them partially, okay, they are translucent materials. Butter paper, colored or frosted glass, colored or frosted glass are few examples of translucent materials. And the last category in the of transparency is opaque materials. Material that do not allow any light to pass through them are called opaque materials. Wood, cardboard and plate are a few opaque materials. Got it? You can see in the pic also, clear glass door. You can see the pic of the door, dog across this. Okay, so they are transparent materials. Frosted glass door, you can see a person inside the door is partially visible, and you can see a door, wooden door, that do not allow the light to pass through it is an opaque materials example. Got it? Plastic is an example of opaque material. Okay, transparency in material we discussed here. Now the concept mapping, what we studied in this particular chapter, we will try to find out. Okay, okay dear students, see this pic very carefully. In this it is shown what we studied across the chapter. Basically classification of material is shown over there, making it convenient for the study to the properties. They are classified. Classification on the basis of various classifications are shown over there. Luster, solubility, hardness, transparency, conductivity, flotation. Okay. Lusters, lustrous, non-lustrous, solubility, soluble, insoluble, on the basis of texture, rough or smooth, on the basis of magnetic properties. It is attraction towards magnetic materials or non-magnetic materials, on the basis of conductivity, conductors and insulators, conductors of heat, conductors of electricity, insulators of heat, insulators of electricity, flotation, float or sink. Okay, this is what we studied in this particular chapter. On the basis of hardness, you can see soft and hard. Soft is a cotton and hard is iron. Okay, this is a very good way to recapitulate the chapters, to understand the chapters in brief. Okay. Now see, some keywords are shown over there. Luster sign of a material: soluble, the materials that dissolve in a given liquid; insoluble, materials that do not dissolve in a given liquid; magnetic, materials that get attracted towards a magnet; transparent, materials that allow the light to pass through them completely; translucent, allow the light to pass through them partially; opaque, do not allow the light to pass through them. Got it, dear students? Okay, dear students, tomorrow I will share the answer key of the exercise of these chapters. So you need to do one thing. First, complete the question answers of chapter 3rd, and then you can start the question answers of chapter 4. In this way we will be able to complete our chapter 4, that is sorting of materials, and we studied this on the basis of various criterias. Okay, dear students, thank you so much. Till then, till tomorrow, goodbye. Bye bye.